Ben has asked me to speak about the flipped classroom at the Learning Hour on Wednesday, the 29th of March. Rather than just deliver a conventional um, talk, I thought I would flip the classroom right from the outset to help convey the concept. So what you're watching now is the didactic component of the flipped classroom. What I might have delivered next week when I see you, I'm delivering now and I'm putting it up online. What this means is you can watch it when you want to, but also, as you'll see, it will hopefully mean that you can interact with some of the resources that I've posted online. And when you turn up to this session on Wednesday the 29th, you may have some ideas, some challenges, some problems or other issues that we can fruitfully then discuss together. So that's the whole idea, is if I gave you that talk next week and you had ideas and stuff arising from it, fine, you might find me in the corridor at some other stage and probe and ask about it. But perhaps after today, you'll have some ideas that you can bring to that session and we can all as a group talk about them. So that's what the essence of flipped teaching is about. Give students resources and time to explore a topic and then allow them to work through and deepen their understanding with you or with your colleagues on a face-to-face basis. Let me briefly show you how I've done this in 3 of the new curriculum years as I developed the evidence-based dentistry teaching. So this is the year 1 of the EBD course. Here I've used the lesson tool to create a linear sequences of pages, which are kind of like a set of slides. It's the teaching bit, if you like, of the flipped classroom. Embedded in the lesson, though, are videos and quizzes that build interactivity for students. And of course, they can progress through the lecture or the lesson at their own speed, rather than just listening to us give a lecture at a pace that suits us and the rest of the class. Below, I've added some reading for them to look at, then an activity that needs to be completed before they attend the first seminar. In this case, it's a collaborative exercise and involves them working together to come up with some questions that can be answered by different types of study design. Pretty gruesome picture just down here. Year 2 is pretty heavy on critical appraisal, and I created for the teaching bit, the didactic bit, a whole load of texts actually, PDF texts for them to read. And I could have delivered this also as a lecture, and I may well get round to delivering this as a lecture as well, but for the time being, what they get is texts that I've written, hopefully in a more approachable or easily approachable way that they can work through in their own time. For this particular topic, the randomized controlled trial, because it was the first time that they were doing a critically appraised topic, I also created a Prezi that allows them to work through how to critically appraise a paper, which was this one above here, but with me describing the steps. Once again, there's preparation work, so a task for them to do before they attend the first seminar. So in this case, there's a paper for them to critically appraise. Here are the resources, the tools they need to help do that. And again, down here I've got additional resources. This is just a video from an external place and a little quiz to help test their knowledge. Year 3 appears a lot lighter. But once again, in this case, I used the lesson tool and embedded video and quizzes and links to journal articles that they were required to read as part of the lesson. They also had to develop what are called option grids resulting from this. So there's a description here about what an option grid is and so on, and they had to develop those for use in a seminar that would follow. This video just shows how to use option grids with patients when trying to make shared decisions. And again, they could then use that to model their own behaviour during the evidence-based dentistry seminar, when they would use the option grids with patients in role play to help make shared decisions. So once again, the purpose here is to flip the didactic teaching into a space that's controlled by the student. Try and build some interactivity into it, either by using lessons and that sort of thing, where people have to click on things and where they need to complete quizzes and that kind of stuff. And then also try and include tasks for them to do before they turn up to seminars, so that they actually get the chance to apply their learning and bring any misunderstandings, misconceptions and that sort of stuff into the space where you are and where you can help them. I've applied the same approach to the topic of the flipped classroom for the e-learning hour. So please have a look at the additional resources below the lecture. So this is the teaching bit. This picture here will be replaced by this video. Have a look at the additional resources. So there's another video created by somebody else explaining what the flipped classroom is, a couple of other links, and then critical is the task for you to complete before next week, Wednesday 29th of March. Just a simple thing to get you thinking and encourage discussion when we meet together. Thanks very much for listening, and I look forward to fruitful discussion.